Good morning, Facebook. It's Be Balanced Ruth. It's day 173 of my 365 Live, and oh my goodness, the day today outside is so beautiful. I've just been to do my supermarket shop, and it was very quiet, thankfully. But what a lovely day. Hello, Claire Fairley. Have you been out this morning yet, sweetheart? I'm just saying how wonderful it is outside. Is anybody else popping on? Let's see who we've got. It's Tuesday, so how are you all choosing to feel today? I'm choosing to feel alive and energetic. Pearl, nice to see you, sweetheart. Have you been out yet this morning? I'm just saying how gorgeous it is outside. I'm going to get going in a little minute. I'm doing sweet today, and I know I kind of did, well, yesterday was a bit neutral, wasn't it, really? You have, and it's gorgeous. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so lovely. Just wanted to say what a lovely conversation we had yesterday on the live I did outside when I was in the wood, and how wonderful it would be if we can get a Zoom call together next week, and everybody who wants to come on just hops on and we have an international chat. How fabulous would that be? Thank you for the hearts, Pearl. I'm sure you'd be up for it. I'm wearing a dress today. Is anybody else wearing a dress on an average Tuesday in quarantine? Thank you, Claire. This is from the same range as the little top that I had on the other day, and it is, I've no idea, I can't remember. Michael Kors. It's Michael Kors from House of Fraser in Leeds, and I absolutely love it. It's a little short dress, and I've got my boots on too, high boots. So feeling really good. I just feel really good when I get dressed up for my lives. Morning, not yet. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you. Okay, well, I'm going to get cracking. This morning, I'm making some fudgy chocolate cookies. Wow, how good does that sound? And these are great to make with kids. You can change the chocolate from, I'm going to make it with dark, but you can use milk. And you can switch up the ingredients to make it more child-friendly if you're making it with children. Okay, so there's some amazing ingredients in here. And this is what's so fantastic about the recipe. I'm going to go through the ingredients. I have already got some mixed up in my pan because I've made in my Thermomix pan because I made some earlier. Nat's upstairs making noise. If somebody suddenly comes in and starts making noise, it's Nat just getting up. Yeah, I've made some already, so I've already got some mixture in my Thermomix pan. So I'm not going to whiz up this morning. I'm just going to show you what you need to put in them because there are a few little tricks and things. Hi, Jane Needham. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Are you riding horses today? I didn't know you were horsey until you mentioned it the other day. How wonderful is that? Okay, so the first thing you're going to need, and you might well have, I'm trying to do recipes that have kind of store-covered ingredients. It's not always possible, and I know it's difficult sometimes to get things from the shops. Because I've been to Morrison's this morning and there are some shelves that are actually quite empty. So one of the ingredients that you're going to need is a tin of black beans, believe it or not. The base of these cookies is black beans. So you're going to get your wonderful fibre in there. You know, we're always banging on about fibre for the gut microbiome. Well, black beans contain amazing fibre. So you're going to use a whole tin in this recipe. We're going to use coconut oil. So coconut oil is also going to go in, so that's going to be the fat content we've got going on here. We're not putting any butter in there or any other sort of vegan spread or anything. It's going to be coconut oil. I've sent Lee shopping with a massive list. Oh, maybe you can ring him then and just add a few more bits in. Okay, now I'm going to put raisins in, but you can put dried cherries. I was going to put dried cherries in. I thought I had some in my cupboard, but I don't. And I have a massive, massive tin of raisins. So I've got some raisins to go in there. So far we've got black beans, coconut oil, raisins. We've got cacao powder. If you can't get raw cacao powder, and I don't have much left, I actually had to use some normal cocoa powder. And the difference is cocoa powder, because it's much more processed, is much darker. So your cookies will come out very dark. Whereas when I use my raw cacao powder, it's actually quite pale. It's not been processed and it's very pale in colour. Much better if you can get hold of it. There is a company called 7 Hills that I use from Amazon, and they do amazing, all sort of cocoa butter, cacao powder, all the products you need for raw chocolate. And I will make raw chocolate with you one day. Next up, we've got some maple syrup, a little bit of maple syrup, so that's going to sweeten them up nicely. And then also to sweeten, but to add some more flavour, and you know how I like my dates, we've got 4 medjool dates going on in this recipe. So what you're going to do with the medjool dates, they're really the squishy ones that they tend to have them with the nuts in supermarkets in packs. You split it to take out the stone. You do not want the stones in there. If you get one in the Thermomix, it makes such a noise. I've done that before, big mistake. But you can actually see in the dates, you can see all this here, all the fibre in the dates. They're really stringy. So your body has to process that, and it's really good for your gut microbiome. Is there anything else? Yeah, the other thing I'm going to put in them, and this is quite tricky to get hold of. I nearly had a panic in Morrison's this morning because part of my staple diet, and nobody is ever going to stop me eating it, is dark chocolate. I love it, and that's why I started making my own when I don't know if you've heard my story, but years ago, I'm just going to touch my face, not my face, I'm going to touch my glasses, the person that noticed the other day and pointed it out to me. Yeah, I had adrenal fatigue quite a few years ago, and had to take a lot of sugar, had to take the sugar out of my diet altogether. That was such a panic. Believe me, I was a sugarholic, sweetaholic, whatever you want to call it. And so now I have to be careful. So I only eat the dark stuff. So we're going to put 100 grams of dark chocolate goes into this recipe, and you're just going to break it up into chunks. So you've got these lovely chunks of chocolate coming through in these soft, gooey cookies. They're really quite fudgy. They're really nice, really nice. I might even put them in my tasting club box. So if you would like a tasting club box, by the way, I'm making them on Friday, and they'll go out in the post, no, Thursday and Friday, but they'll go out in the post on Friday. So if anybody would like either a small or a large one, please let me know, and I'll tell you the cost and everything, if I can tell you now. The small one is £12.50, the large one is £20 plus £3.50 for postage. So if you'd like one, you get a selection of sweet treats in there, and that will come through your door as a nice little treat for you on Saturday morning. So I've got dark chocolate. I'd go for 85% at least if you can. You can get 90 as well, but it's quite, well, it depends who you're making them for. If you like dark chocolate, go as high as you can. If you're making them with kids, you can put milk chocolate in. That's absolutely fine. So I'll just tell you what you're going to do. And as I say, I've got it already in my pan. I'll show you the mixture in a minute, and I'll show you the finished product too. It's so exciting. We haven't got many people on this morning. Am I losing my touch? Where is everybody? Hi Peter, nice to see you. Are you chatting to us this morning? Is everybody enjoying this? Let's have a look. So you're going to put in the Thermomix. The black beans go in, the whole tin of black beans. 2 tablespoons full of coconut oil. You don't need to melt it, it's just at room temperature. Don't keep your coconut oil in the fridge, you don't need to. It just goes in at room temperature, which means it'll be soft. It softens up at room temperature, and obviously when you heat it, it will melt and go runny, but you don't need that. You're going to put some cacao powder in. I'll put all the amounts underneath. You're going to put your raisins go in last actually. Oh, I've forgotten something. I've forgotten something really key. Okay, so the recipe actually has eggs in it, 2 eggs. If you don't eat eggs, we always have to give an alternative, and I don't use eggs in many of my recipes because I tend to make vegan products for everybody. You're still there? Jolly good, jolly good. Oh, Lisa Goddard's here. Hi, sweetheart. We're making chocolate cookies this morning. Very exciting. You and Holly could make some of these. So instead of, oh, Lauren's just sending me a message. Let's get rid of that. Instead of using eggs, I use chia seeds. Now you can use chia seeds as an egg replacement. I don't know whether everybody knows this. I don't know how common it is for everybody to know. So you're going to take a tablespoon of chia for each egg that's in the recipe. So in this one it's 2. So you want 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. You're going to put them in a bowl. You're going to put some water over the top until the chia seeds are covered. You're going to stir them up and leave them for about 10 minutes. What will happen is the chia seeds soak up the water. I mentioned this about them going sort of gluttonous. I don't know if that's even a word, but they go sort of thick and sticky. Hi, Guy, we're making chocolate cookies this morning. Hi, Bridget, nice to see you. And when you go back to them after 10 minutes, you'll have this sort of gloopy, lumpy stuff. It looks a bit like, I know this doesn't sound very good, but it looks a bit like frog spawn. And that's going, there you go, Guy, that'll give you something to talk about. That's going to give you your egg replacement. Alternatively, you can just stir 2 eggs into this mixture. So it's up to you, okay? Then you're going to put your dates in as well. Don't worry, the method's going to go up. I'll put it up as a separate post, but I'll also put it up underneath this video so you get it. And then we're going to pour in the maple syrup too. Claire, honestly, they're absolutely gorgeous. With a peppermint or a ginger tea, of course. And then you're going to put it all into the Thermomix. Here we go, pan. Whizz it up, and then when it's, actually not everything, when it's whizzed up, there's so many ingredients in this, when it's whizzed up, you've got this dark gloopy mix. And then what you're going to do, can you see that? Look at that, that is absolutely gorgeous. less of you. I can't swear on here. Don't put swear words in my comments, please, Guy. Yeah, so you're going to get this gloop look. And what you're going to do is crush the chocolate into small pieces. I normally put it in a bag and then bang it with a rolling pin, and then you get these random shapes of chocolate. So do that, and then what was the other thing that you put in afterwards? And then you stir in the raisins. So after everything else, the raisins and the chocolate go in, and you just stir it through. So you're going to have some lumps in it, and then you're going to take a spoonful, depending on how big you want them. When I do my tasting club, I actually do things quite small because they've got to fit into the boxes. But that is probably going to be about a cookie size. So you're going to grease a baking sheet, a baking tray, whatever you want to call it. You're going to grease it with either some butter, some coconut oil, or some vegan spread of some description. So it's nice and greased, because otherwise they will stick. And then you're going to put them in the oven at quite a hot heat. They go in at 200, and they're going to go in for about 12 minutes, depending on the size. If you make small ones, just keep checking on them, and you'll know they're done when they feel a little bit firm, although they will firm up when they're cool. When they start to look sort of done around the edges, I found that using cocoa powder rather than cacao powder, they were so, whoops, I've got my boots on, nearly fell over. They've got so much more dark colour in them than raw. Oh, get your teeth in, Ruth. Than raw cacao powder. So I thought they were burning, but actually they're not. They're absolutely fine. They're just very, very dark. Hi, Jackie Binner. Nice to see you. So when you've got your gloop, you're going to put a spoonful onto the baking tray and then put them in the oven. I'm going to show you now how gorgeous they are. So here is a finished product. Can you see that? See how dark it is with the cocoa powder? And in here, when you break it, they're actually they're like fudge inside. What's he saying now? Okay, I'm going to read your comments afterwards, Guy. I'll get sidetracked if I stop now. So they're really quite fudgy inside, and obviously they're going to have soft bits of chocolate because the chocolate melts when it cooks. That's so gorgeous. You know, like when you get a chocolate chip cookie from a supermarket, those big flat ones, and they've got chocolate bits in. I never eat those, never ever. But these are amazing. So when you break them open, look, you can see inside. They've got soft chewy raisins, and you can use other soft fruits. So if you want to put chopped apricots in, you could do that. Or you can use cherries. I normally use cherries, and cherries are beautiful in things like this. Chopped cherry goes really well. So yeah, they break up really nicely. They go so well with a peppermint tea or any other kind of tea, and they're really soft and gooey inside. So there you have it. And the secret ingredient to make them so lovely and chewy is black beans. Who knew? So who's going to make some of these today? You may well have a tin of beans in your cupboard. If you haven't got black beans, I'm sure you could use a substitution. Something like cannellini or butter would work. Something that's quite soft, that's going to make them nice and gooey. So that's all I have for you today. Tomorrow we're going to have a savoury recipe, or two maybe. I haven't quite thought about it yet. But I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. And Claire, let's see if you're going to be first on tomorrow. I hope Lee's got the shopping for you. And if he hasn't been yet, quick ring him, get him to get some black beans. You think you've got everything. Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, so there you have your finished cookies. Let me know if you make them. Can you please share this out, guys? I'd love this to reach as many people as possible. I'm getting quite a lot of likes for my videos at the moment. And people are obviously enjoying them. So if you could share this, that would be fantastic. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Facebook don't like you to say that anymore, do they? And the other thing I wanted to say was, when you've made them, can you share them in the post with a photograph so we'll see how many people have made them? You're very welcome, Pearl. It's really nice to see you. And take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day in the sunshine. And lots of love. See you soon. Bye-bye.